Hey, RH, can you hear me? RH, can you hear me? All right, perfect. Good. Pretty clear, or because we're having a pretty bad rainstorm. Awesome. What's up, Pie Baker? How are you? Guys, you honestly have no idea how hard it was for me to even get my ass in gear to do this. I feel like absolute crap, but I was sitting here and I was like, man, I gotta get on here and hang out. What's up, Troy? How are you? Barbara? Steph, how are you? I seen your images. Life of Victoria and Scott. What images? Andrew, what's going on? What's up, Existers? Kathy? Trippy Hippie. That's a great name. What's up, Blake? How are you? Yeah, I really couldn't even do a freaking bonus upload today because I felt like crap. Thanks, Amos. Appreciate that. I needed to get a haircut, so. What's going on, Thomas? How are you? Or we'll just call you Monty. Okay. Jerry. Robert Sharp, how are you? Charlie Knight's in the house. Helen. Hey, Joe, how are you? Got a little fever. That's how I'm doing. I was about 101 earlier today. But what can you do? I don't know if it's the weather change or what. Hey, Kate, how are you? Not really sure if it's the flu or not. I know it sucks. Larry, to be honest, it went down like this. I was a couple of days ago. Of course, I've been moving crap up and down the stairs and getting the house together, and it felt like I had like a weight on my chest, and I started coughing. And I vape, I do vape, but I don't smoke cigarettes or anything else. And what's up, Mer? And it just something felt wrong, and all of a sudden I caught it like a day later, had a fever and everything. So thank you. Oh, Funds Jag, new account. All right. So Jerry, I just read your comment about audio anomalies. Well, see, the that Michigan family, if you've went and you've watched all of their videos, like they just put a new video out on their channel or their TikTok, and it's like it's got some music behind it, some like old school metal, and it's like this is what we live for. And they don't really focus on cryptids. They focus on their fishing and hunting. I don't think they're trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes, Charlie. If you think that, you're entitled to your own opinion, But honestly, I honestly don't think they are at all. Ivy leaf spectrum. That sounds scary. Ivy leaf spectrum. That's my cable company, and anytime I touch ivy, I get a rash. Just kidding. What's up, Samara? How are you? See, and that's, Charlie, and I'm not saying you're wrong, and I'm not saying you're right. But I they really don't. If you watch their TikTok, they don't give a crap about cryptids. They're just going. They're documenting what's going on. The rest of their stuff is not anything to do with cryptids. It's all fishing and hunting. I mean, they are diehard ice fishermen. Pretty crazy people too. I was watching one video and a guy jumped in ice water. Like they cut a hole. They're in their shanty, cut the hole and bloop right in. I was like, dang. So, foul mitten. So I got some encounters that I want to share with y'all. Well, Jerry, you're entitled to your own opinion. Like I just told Charlie. And why would they don't, once again, they don't care about the cryptid community. They're documenting what's going on. Their videos mainly are about fishing. They honestly, they just don't care about our community. They're documenting what's going on in their life. Why would they put their kid up on? I mean, I'm not even going to get into it because I know that it wasn't their kid because they hate it. They hate this. They hate what's going on, to be honest with you. When it first started, they thought it was like a Bigfoot because that's all they knew about. They never heard of a Dogman. They never heard of a crawler. And the dad and I had typed. We communicated 2 times briefly. And I had brought up Dogman and he said, "What the hell's a Dogman? This is what we're dealing with a Bigfoot." And he didn't even know what crawlers were. So I'm like, the picture a werewolf, but picture a werewolf that you see on TV, but it's real. And he's like, "Oh man." And I said, or it may be a Dogman or a Bigfoot. I'm not there. So crawlers are nasty, nasty creations. I think crawlers, my honest opinion about crawlers, I think they either came out of yeah, I don't know about that video. No Dogman in Australia? No, that's not true, Helen. I've had 3 different subscribers on this channel that I interviewed that have seen Dogman. Anyway, I feel like the crawlers, they either came from portals that we created, or they were created in like Dulce, stuff like that. Yeah, Monty's got it. They are dangerous. You're absolutely right, Richard. Absolutely right, my friend. So, I actually looked for human lizard hybrid. I think they are real 100%. I mean, I've read so many different little kind of experiences I think they've been here before we were in existence, to be honest with you. Laura Eisenhower and I had talked a little bit about them. And, I really think that I think the reptile humanoid creatures that we see occasionally came from outer space or wherever, not from this earth. Either they crossed through a portal or they came from the sky. And their form of transportation, I believe, this is my own theory, runs on gold. And they created us, possibly the Bigfoot, and to harvest their gold for them. Because humanity just has a overwhelming fascination with gold. Right from early age, we know that gold is a valuable metal, and we don't have to be told that. Rita, yes, I can see your chat. And that's my thing on these reptile things. I am not. Hi, Joni. How are you? Right, Exister? Yeah, I mean, there's just, is a hellhound the same as a dogman? See, that's these are questions like I can't say yes or no because I don't know. My own theory, I can give you my own theory, and that would be no. I think hellhounds are a completely different entity, and that they are demonic of nature. Monty, I promise you that I'm going to call you within the next 2 weeks. I'm going to make a calendar. I'm going to make a announcement next week sometime in the middle of the week. And I have a major announcement for the channel, big things. And so I will be in touch with you. I'm just crazy busy. Robert, that's you are adamant about your statements, and that's your statement, your theory. But my theory is mine and yours is yours. So Jimmy, I am busy, but I really hate it, to be honest with you. I wish I could have some downtime, but I never get downtime. Like tonight, I was honestly thinking about not doing the live stream, but I needed to just see you guys. I needed to hang out with you guys, because you guys are my fam. I honestly look forward to Saturday nights, probably just as much as you guys, maybe more. Any Anunnaki origin fans? Definitely RH. I am. Well, yeah, I mean, I do believe devil dogs and hellhounds are the same. Dogman, I don't consider a devil dog. Dogman's a dogman. Devil dog and hellhound, but that's my theory, and you're entitled to your own theory, Robert. That's the one thing that we are. We're all entitled to our own theory, So, yeah, exactly, Jimmy. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. I really I got sick of, my aunt was here from Maine, and we took pictures, and before my first haircut I got, because I've gotten 2 haircuts in the last month, and I saw how long my freaking hair was. I was like, holy shit, I just need to chop it and look like some sort of human being. No Dodgers hat tonight, rocking steady. Just got the haircut today. Wanted to look fresh and crisp for y'all. Pike County, Kentucky checking in. Good question. What is hell? Well, hell is, I don't know. I'm not an expert. You know, I'm going to have Jim Pentino on here. He was the cameraman for Ed and Lorraine Warren when he was younger. And I'll have him come on and share some information. He has a DVD collection of old exorcisms that he had filmed back in the day. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy crap. Really nice guy. So I'm going to have him on soon. He's busy. He's got something going on health-wise. So I've got to work around his schedule. Couple different sightings near Duluth. I can imagine. So hey, Sugar, how are you? Yeah, you know, rock and steady, hell is one's creation. I was going to say hell is what we make of it. I don't think it's a physical place. My own theory, my own view, you know, I think that when we die, our soul leaves. And I think that, you know, we go to wherever we go. That looks like a good movie, Kathy. That really does look like a good movie. So I got a couple neat encounters. Hey, MS, how are you? I actually looked for one for Thunderbolt and his addiction of spiders. So what are ghosts? Your guess is as good as mine, you know? I don't think anyone really knows. And if they say they do, I doubt it. To be honest with you, I know that on this channel in videos, I've had documented proof that there are stuff out there with thanks, RH, man. I appreciate that. Hey, Lori, how are you? Daniel, you're right. God is love. You're absolutely right. What's up, William? Trying to find this friggin' encounter. Where the hell is it? No. All right. Yeah, ghosts. I do believe ghosts are energy, most definitely. You know, like when I have my SLS camera, and okay, so when me and Isabel went to the Conjuring house, and there's a room there downstairs where the well is, and they say this crooked neck lady resides in it, whatnot. I was outside of the room and there's a window looking in, and there was a stick figure on one side and another stick figure on the other, and the other stick figure's neck was crooked, and there's actual video proof of it. I do have a lot, Anastasia. I do have a lot of Dogman encounters. Not a lot. There are encounters in Indiana. Every state has had a Dogman encounter except Hawaii. I know some crooked neck people. Rockin' steady, Jesus, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I really do. No news on Victor. News of Victor's Mexico. It was actually New Mexico, but no news on Victor. To be honest with you, I felt such I've actually felt like crap since Easter because normally I would wish him a happy Easter, and I didn't. So I feel like a dick on that one. Mammy J Hall, if you've got my email, I would love to hear them. If you would like to type them out for me. William, I don't think we are going to hear of any new information out of Brazil, to be honest with you. Joe. Yeah, I have seen with my SLS camera, that's seeing a ghost. I've seen them in my house. I don't know if you guys, how many of you watched the video that I did when I went through my house. I did it a couple times with all of my gear, and my daughter wasn't home. I'm in the living room, and I'm just panning around with the SLS camera. And I said, wow, guys, I feel like something is behind me. It feels creepy. And I turned around, and there was a stick figure behind me. So I do believe, that is seeing a ghost. RJ, I just said that. Yeah, every state, even in Alaska. I mean, and the CIA guy. I mean, is he really from the CIA? That's one thing you have to be careful of. I have actual proof of CIA evidence. That one guy, NVTV, is it the picture of a dogman, a black dogman, supposedly looking into a camera? Because that photo there's a couple different photos, and that channel that I called out that did the video game claimed that the video game Dogman was real. That's an AI photo, and it was created by using a Black Panther and a wolf. Because thanks, MS. When you go onto these AI programs, like you can go on to, hang on one second. You can go on to, the hell is it? There's AI chat and AI, a couple other different AI things. And you can say, hey, what does show me a dogman? Or actually, you'd have to say, show me a werewolf. And it would show you a dogman. No, it's not. I'll have to look at it then. I'll have to look at it. Thanks, T. Neil. I appreciate that. I wish I felt like I was 26. I definitely don't. Yeah, Exister, that's the crazy thing is with this new AI BS that's going, the new world that we're living in, we have so much opportunity for so many different things, right? But our community is going to get flooded with just a shit ton of, yes, I have Scott Ray, Northeast Georgia, a shit ton of fake AI generated video and photos. I mean, look what happened just the other week. This family was held at ransom. Their daughter's fine, and they think their daughter's kidnapped because this AI is using the daughter's voice. So we really have to be careful when we see these pictures. Could ghosts be disembodied spirits? Absolutely, Robert. Absolutely. Fucking there he is, Thunderbolt. I was just talking about you, man. I literally was just talking about you and your giant spiders. What's up, Valerie? How are you? RJ, I've had Dogman encounters all over the state of Florida. Um, I've actually heard of some from Jacksonville, Flagler, all the way to the west coast of Florida, the inner panhandle. I mean, it's a large state, so I mean, and there's lots of prey to eat there. All right, so let's check this encounter out real quick. A central Pennsylvania family is on a hike along Bald Eagle Ridge. They begin to hear heavy footfalls near them, then heavy tree branches breaking. Was it a Bigfoot or a cryptid canine? I'm a 54-year-old husband, father, and grandfather who served in the Navy straight out of high school for a few years. This all took place on one of the longest mountain ranges here in central PA. There is a mountain ridge called Bald Eagle Ridge that runs southwest to northeast, and it runs for 60 miles, roughly. It's the last mountain ridge before hitting the Appalachia Plateau to the west. It's a very beautiful part of the state. There are very few homes. Most of the population of the state lives in the valleys and not at the tops of mountains. So our mountains are pretty secluded. So the eastern part of the state has small pockets of outlying areas that are populated, and the rest of the state is mainly mountains and forests with no population. About 10 years ago, my wife and I, along with our 25-year-old son and two grandchildren, and one of their friends, went on a walk at the reservoir that supplies the drinking water for this area in central PA. The reservoir is set back about a mile from the main road, Route 150, and that is the area for walking and hiking, but back then it wasn't used by many people at all. It was formed from damming the creek that runs down through this valley. The small lake that was formed is beautiful and abundant with fish and surrounded by the usual wildlife. Before having two strokes in the last 2 years, I was an avid hunter, fisherman, taught my children and grandchildren to get out and enjoy what we have in nature. So, with that being said, my son and I were both armed, as we always are, to protect ourselves from animals and anyone who may have bad intentions. We started out a little later than planned, but things were going great. We walked about a mile or two up into the mountain. We were on our way back about 3/4 of a mile from the truck, and by this time it was 9 p.m. and dark. Everyone had flashlights. We always take them for reasons like this, and we were here before at this time with nothing to be concerned about, so it was business as usual. We're all carrying on, enjoying the outdoors and talking and walking. I want to make it clear now that I got a very uneasy feeling for no reason. I wish I could explain it, but I cannot. I know that doesn't make sense, but I just have a very weird feeling. Then I hear what sounded like heavy footfalls faintly, but I could hear them over the sounds my family was making. In front of me on the trail, it sounded like something big was walking above us, straddling the side of the hill to our left. It was very steep. My son was in the lead, followed by the three children, my wife, and then myself. Bringing up the rear, my son stopped, then the rest of us stopped. He said, "Listen, Dad, do you hear that?" I was already listening hard, and again I could hear what sounded like someone walking to our left on the steep mountainous side of the trail. I'm not going to lie, I was startled. But after gathering my senses, I shrugged it off as a deer or some other animal. I told my son to keep moving. But he, myself, and the rest of the group are now focused on what was fouling us on the upper side of the trail. We're all moving forward, not panicking, just focused. Just then, I heard what sounded like a very large tree branch being broken from a fresh tree. My son and the rest of the family heard it as well. Then it sounded like the tree or large boulder was thrown. It was very loud. I've heard trees falling over from wind in the woods while hunting, and this is not that noise. There was no wind that night. It was all very still. The woods were silent up until that point. Then we heard what sounded like a very heavy person running. This all was happening with 40 or so yards up this steep hillside. We all started to walk a little faster back to the truck. All the flashlights were focused on the hillside, but we could see nothing through the trees. The rest of the walk was uneventful, but the whole way back to the vehicle, everyone was on edge, and our senses were on high alert. I don't know what made the noise that night. I've been in the woods long enough to know what sounds are, and what we heard that night was deliberately made. If I had to make a guess, I would say something ripped a tree from the ground and threw it. That's what it sounded like to me. The rest of the way back to the truck was uneventful. We saw no eye shine and heard nothing. Dang. What's up, Ian? Ian? What's up, Bart? How are you? That was a pretty good story. You guys like that one? My GPA got a woman. Thunderbolt has a freaking story to share about everything. What's up, Lydia? How are you? I love encounters like that. I like encounters when I love all encounters, but the ones when we don't see or when the people don't see and they're just walking and they hear the commotion and your brain has to kind of focus on what the hell it is those are my kind of favorite. That one guy, do you need my email? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, yeah, I'll put it in right now for you. The reason why I like those stories because there you go. So, I've obviously in 1994 saw what I believe was a Dogman. Thunderbolt, yes, I did get my hair cut, brother. And I do have a couple of Puerto Rico encounters, Will. But then when I was where Mezek disappeared, and there were two things trailing my side. That was probably one of the scariest things I've ever had happen in the woods, and I really don't know what it was. My brain can tell me what it was, but I doubt what I'm thinking it was. Hey, Enki, how are you? MS, yeah, that guy is the one that you're talking about. In Afghanistan, where he saw the Chimera, was definitely a good experience. I narrated that like 2 years ago, and it sticks into my head. Ian, yes, definitely in Nova Scotia. I believe Canada has a shit ton of dogmen. You've got just a beautiful landmass up north, and not a lot of people. Micro dork, I think your last part of that sentence is correct. Probably full of it. I'm not a big fan. Goatmans are awesome. I love Goatman encounters. None in Australia. There are dogmen in Australia, hazardous. I've had 3 different people. I've actually interviewed a couple, and Jakey88, me and you hanging out. You're right, brother. And yeah, dogmen are in Australia. Hey, Chris, how are you? Bart, thank you very much. I feel like crap. I've got a fever, but I'm still hanging in there. I actually pushed to get in here. Liz, how are you doing? Rob's in the house. AOS. Nina, how are you? I hope I feel better too soon. Thanks, Ian. I appreciate that. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, Dogman in Africa. You're absolutely right. I've had Dogman encounters probably in every country, or not every country, every continent except the Antarctica. Rethink Inc. Yeah, boy, you're right. I love that. It's just how the hell does anybody know anything about anything? There are no experts in this field. If someone tells you they're an expert in this field, they're full of it, right? I mean, I'm always learning. I'm learning from you guys. I'm learning from everything. I'm always constantly. Thank you, that one guy. I'll look later, okay, my friend? Do you remember how the Dogman moved in your sighting? Did it hop around? When I was looking in the woods, I didn't see, you couldn't see them. You could just see the eye shine. When we got to the end of the road, it was standing, staring at us. My friend who saw them before, the friend that I talked to a year and a half ago, the driver, he said they ran like large canines. Thanks, MJ Bates. I appreciate that. How's Vegas weather going? Tonight's boxing match. Who boxed? Anyone good? What's up, name redacted? Paranormal stuff is, everything is. Oh, wait, T Neil. The Gold Coast. Yes. I've heard that the Gold Coast in Australia is just teeming with dogmen. Yeah, Charlie, I agree. Thanks, Missy, and welcome. I'm glad that you're here. MJ Pates, geez, Crow, thank you. Two questions. I'm going to quick answer. See Cryptid encounter one, and I'll share it quickly. Do I know where they come from, Stephanie? Or Stefan, sorry, or Steven. No, I don't know where they come from. And if anyone ever tells, holy shit, Larry, thank you so much. Thank you. If anyone ever tells you they know where dogmen come from, they're lying to you. It's a theory. We don't, unless they're there and they watched this creature come out of wherever it came out of, we can only guess, Jeez, Larry, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. I actually was thinking about Larry the other day when I was talking about the Oregon attack, because I remember he was saying that with these wounds like that, if it was a wild animal attack, they wouldn't sew them up because of infection. So I did mention that in one of the videos. Name redacted, no bonus, because I actually almost didn't do a live stream because I'm sick. I totally feel like crap, but I really couldn't. I didn't want to ditch out on this. I have too much fun with you guys. I mean, we got 210 people in this house. Victor is an expert. Victor's an expert at hunting. He's not even an expert at hunting. He's a hunter. you know. That's the one thing, and he'll even say it. He's not an expert. He just knows the hunting part. I Charlie, I really think you're I think it is. I think it is a respiratory thing. I don't honestly really know what it is. Um I've been getting headaches in my eyes lately, in my eyes too, and just a hard time breathing. Yeah, name redacted. I am actually I can't do that because I on the 24th I'm celebrating. The 24th is a huge day for me. I'm celebrating 7 years sober, with never drink, don't smoke weed, don't do anything. 7 years. Thanks, Mammy. Thanks, that one guy. I appreciate that. 458 SOCOM, is that what you're talking about? Thanks, guys. Thanks, MJ. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, I had an uncle. I'll tell you a crazy story. I've never shared this. Okay, so and I like this is why I like live streams because you guys get to know who I am. It's a little bit. I'm gonna look into the Ivy Leaf spectrum. I promise you, Helen. Um, so I had a family member who was an asshole. He. Thank you, Mick. I appreciate. Geez, I'm crow. Any thoughts on? Um, you know, I like I like Melba Ketchum. I think she's a very smart person. Um, I've done a DNA study myself, and I think that by I didn't make such a production about it. You know what I mean? I don't think that I think a lot of the times when these people do these things, it's for a production. Um, I don't really know. I don't. I'm not there with her, so I just my own view. I like her as a person. Geez, I'm crow, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Donna. Um, if she is, I wish her all the best with it. But I took a home COVID test at home, and I'm clean on that. So anyway, let me just share this with you guys really quick, so you guys can know a little bit more about me. Graham Hancock is awesome. I love Graham Hancock. 10 millimeters Dogman. Shot placement. Shot placement. So I had a family member who was an absolute scumbag, and he was an alcoholic, and he moved home. He owned a couple bars down in Myrtle Beach in the 70s and 80s and stuff like that. And he moved home. He went through detox and stuff, stopped drinking, but was taking Norcos constantly. Jill, thank you. Holy crap. And I was 17 years old. I was just turning 18, and we were playing Scrabble one night. That was our thing. We'd smoke weed and play Scrabble. And I was like, dude, I don't have any more bud. And he goes, oh, take one of these. Take one of these. It's just like weed. It was a banana. It was a yellow Norco. And I was off to the races from 17 till 7 years ago. Um, and he didn't care. He just wanted a buddy to hang out with. And, I went from that, to every kind of opiate pain medication I could find. And then, I never shot dope, but I snorted dope, and I'm not proud of it. But I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna, you know, it's part of my recovery. I fucking hate it, man. I'm right there with you, Jakey. If you ever need to talk, my email, you can email me, brother. I'll freaking, um, so it's just, it's, it's part of my life, and I can't hide it. And now you guys know it. So, um, now we're that much closer. So, it's just, no one's perfect. It just, as long as you try to change and you try to, whatever, be strong, see. Congratulations, Italy Bones. Congratulations. Yeah, I mean, it's Stephanie. Congratulations being sober. Um, and you too, Amber. It. I don't even think about it anymore. It's crazy because my dad is like, I'll have a bad day or something, and my dad's like, oh, you get sketched out, and I'm like, dude, I don't even. That's so far out of my life now that I don't even think about that shit. I just I focus on my daughter's lives. I focus on congratulations, Steffi 22. Um, I just focus on living. You guys are talking about rounds on Dogman. Um, I really think that it's bullet placement. You can take anything out with the proper bullet placement, you know. Jesus, Enki, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are freaking blessing me. Thank you. And that's another thing and I don't know if you guys have ever heard me when I talk about the attacks and the um when the news brings up these, they always throw in, drug addiction and crap like that. But I started to realize something, that a lot of people who are in recovery or who are fighting with recovery have had experiences with these creatures. And it's crazy. Rethink, I wish you the best of luck, my friend. The best of luck. The silver bullet with werewolf. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Alligator. There was an alligator found in freaking Manhattan. I mean, someone. It's crazy. Yeah, yeah. Amber, I think you're right. I do. I think they can sense certain things, and I think I think if people have an addiction, and this is just a thought, and I've thought about this, but I've never shared it on the channel, and I'm sharing it now. Uh, but I think that if some like myself, I had just started taking pills at the time of my sighting, and I think they know that we have a weakness. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying we're weak because we took the drug. I think we're weak because of the dependency. Um, but I think they can sense that. You know what I mean? I really think they can sense the the struggle, the inner struggle that's going on in our head. Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right, Stephanie. Absolutely right. What movie? Silver Bullet was a good movie, not a bad movie. But I mean, okay, here's something crazy. Like, if you think about Appalachia, right? There is a lot of addiction in Appalachia. Rock and Steady, thank you so much. Um, just hear me out on this one. All right. So 2 years ago in Virginia, in West Virginia, on that border there, Mercer, West Virginia, Mercer County, West Virginia, Tazewell, Buchanan, Virginia, that line. There's a lot of addiction in that area, right? And there was a lot of dogmen sighting. There was a lot of missing people, a lot of dead people, a lot of attacks. I really truly think that they're attracted to this. They're attracted to it. Tony Aarons, Amber Miller, Christopher Whiteley in Texas, in Lipin, Texas, was fighting with addiction. Ain't no rest for the wicked. So destiny is what's up. Be careful, RJ, with that too, though. I've heard some horror stories with that kratom. I mean, I'm not an expert on anything, but I've just heard bad, people had a bad incident with it or whatever. Do you think they are intelligent enough to target those with addiction, knowing how media and society thinks and such? I think that what I don't think they comprehend media. I think they comprehend and target, and I hate using the goddamn word weak with addiction, but I think they target on that because in their own mind, I think they think we're weak. And there's a lot of sightings in Appalachia. There are a lot of sightings in, the small southern area that are like nestled in these mountains, and there's no money and people have nothing else to do except use. And that's when they strike, and they strike in those areas, Joe, I believe hell is Los Angeles. Jeff, do the national parks still not keep missing people numbers? No, they don't. They don't. I'm sure they do, but they don't release it. The news, there are certain news agencies that do keep. The Outsider is one. There's a couple of other I guess mediocre news agencies. And I'm saying mediocre, they're amazing news agencies, but they're not like big level news agencies. The low vibrations, yeah. Damon, yes, absolutely. There is that scent, that aura, Yeah, you're absolutely right. Ian, yeah, I'm glad you've never had an encounter either. It's definitely something that you don't want to have. A lock zone. Good luck. Anybody who is in recovery and fighting the good fight, I wish everyone good luck with it. Even if you're day one or you're thinking about getting into it, just, good luck. That's the best thing because life is better, honestly. Sasquatch in Montana. Fuck yeah, there are. Haha. Morning, Jeff from Dupe. What's up, Colin? How are you? Damn. Yeah, me too, Thunderbolt. Me too. I never booted or anything. I just snorted. It's crazy too, because this fucking girl, this bitch, this B with an itch. Um, I used to get weed from her, right? And this freaking video will probably get banned or whatever. I don't care. We're having fun now. Um, this girl I used to get weed from, um, she would sell me pills on occasion. One night she's like, "Oh, I don't have any pills, but my dad sold me some stuff, and I got some stuff for you." And I was like, "Stuff?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's just crushed up like, uh, you know, morphine pills, just crushed up hydros, everything." And I'm like, okay. I'm like, sweet. And um, I don't know why I didn't put two and two together, but for like a month I was thinking that's all I was snorting, but it was fucking dope, you know? Yeah, Bart. Yeah, I mean, I before I got sick, before I got diagnosed with my illness, I was a painter by trade, and I busted my ass painting. Usually, you know, high. So dope, as in dope, dope. The only heroin. Thanks, Hazardous. I appreciate that. Remember when cigarettes were 75 cents a pack? I don't. I remember I remember there was a cigarette machine behind a bowling alley, and I used to get save my like lunch money, and once a week I'd get a pack of butts out of there. And I'll never forget this. I was like 14, 15 years old, and I had a Haro Sport BMX bike. It was my most prized possession when I was that age. And I smoked Marlboros, and I put my money in, right? And I pull the lever for Marlboros, and a pack of Newports come out. And I'm like, "Oh shit, and I didn't know what menthols were. You know, my mom and dad smoked Winston's. And so I pack it up, light one, and when I took the first drag of the menthol, and it hit me, and I was like, oh, and I literally threw the pack of Newports. I thought something was wrong with the cigarettes. I thought something bad was. I was such an idiot, dude. Oh my god. I had a Haro. Haros were great bikes, man. I hate menthols. Ugh. I ended up selling my Haro Sport and Mongoose, and I got a Kuwahara from California. I was into BMX biking when I was little, and skateboarding. I had a half pipe in my backyard for. I skated for shit. I don't know, 16 years. I'd probably still skate right now if I could. Goldwing, Goldwing. What's Goldwing? Motorcycle? Winston cigarettes are the where you're absolutely right, Anastasia. They are the worst smelling cigarettes. Dino and Redline. Redlines were awesome. I liked Redline. We had a track. We had a track that we used to ride, and we called it Redline for some reason. But I remember when I got my Kuwahara, and all my friends were like, "Oh my god, you have a Kuwahara!" And I worked hard when I was a kid, so I bought everything that and everything I wanted. Webco and Redline. No shit, Bart. That's awesome. What's up, Sherry? How are you? doing good. PK Ripper. Yeah, they were freaking sad. I love PKs. They were awesome. They were a great bike. Oh. I had a friend whose mom used to smoke Pall Mall menthols, or not menthols, Pall Mall non-filters. Ugh. Dogman smoking a butt. That'd be funny. I know we're a little low on likes, guys. Come on, 260, 121. No Mississippi news, Catherine or Jerry. Cigars are good. You know, oh, they're all downstairs. I brought all my cigars. I smoke a pipe every once in a while with the what is it? Captain Black Cherry Tobacco. I like that. Ugh. All right, so here's an encounter out of Rhode Island. A friend and I were fishing in the evening, friendly bass tournament, July 2nd, 1992, from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Smith's in Sellett's Reservoir in Smithfield, Rhode Island. The fishing picked up as the tournament ended, so I was convinced my friend to go back out for night fishing. Somewhere around 11 p.m., we were fishing at the end of this peninsula facing the shore, with a dark, empty house on land. It was very quiet, but I thought a helicopter was coming down in the cove behind the house where we couldn't see it, but no noise. I gestured to my friend, but the lights dimmed. We excused it as vehicle lights must have come on the road and backed away, but we never did see a vehicle. We continued fishing toward the shore in plain view of the house when I noticed what looked like children playing with flashlights, moving frantically in one of the rooms of the house through the window. My fishing partner and I decided people must have come home to the house, even though we didn't see a car or people, and the power must be turned off in the house. We continued fishing, although we had never seen or heard anyone. There was an abnormally 7-foot tall humanoid shaped figure with a smaller child sized human shaped figure, with a larger one looking like it was holding a flashlight looking for frogs by the water's edge. The odd thing was the way they were illuminating, almost like they were glowing in the dark. We dismissed that as the flashlight reflecting off the water and back onto them. Just then we noticed about 15 to 20 glowing shaped figures all on the shore facing all of us, different sizes. We freaked out because there was no noise the whole time, and we were close enough that we would have heard people. Just as we were getting scared and contemplating leaving, the flashlight, the first big humanoid figure was holding, shined directly towards our boat. My partner said to start the motor, "Let's get out of here." As I was starting to set the choke and pull the cord of the small 5 horsepower outboard motor, the flashlight levitated across 30 to 40 yards of the water. I was keeping half an eye on it and starting the motor. When it turned over, I put it in gear. I looked up. The light was about 8 feet above our small boat. I never looked back. It was a short 3-minute ride to the boat ramp. We hurried through the boat in the van, got inside the van in shock. All the dogs on the lake were barking loudly. We didn't hear any dogs before this. My friend made me promise not to tell anyone, and I haven't until now. That is, thanks, Sherry. That was a little crazy. Virgil, you can contact me. Kirk will not respond to anyone else. And I'm not being like whatever about it. He just doesn't talk to too many people. He'll never do an interview with anyone else except me. And so if you want, send me an email, and I'll try to get you in touch with them. But thanks, Nicole. I appreciate that. Jackie Gleason was the man. You're absolutely right, Hazard. No, it was real dope there, Bart. I agree with you, Craig. I agree. West Virginia is a notorious hot spot for dogmen. I do believe that West Virginia, Virginia, all those areas. Jean-Claude Van Damme or Dogman? I'm gonna have to go with Dogman on that because I hate Jean-Claude Van Damme. Thanks, Paulina. I appreciate that. Denise, welcome to the channel, and I'm glad that you're here. Thank you. What's up, Storm? Jackie Gleason was awesome, man. He's from upstate New York. He's from Poughkeepsie. He built a house that looked like a UFO in Beacon, New York, actually. Steven Seagal or Dogman? Once again, I got to go with the Dogman because I can't. John Wayne would fuck the Dogman up bad. John Wayne was the man. Clint Eastwood or Dogman? Clint Eastwood. Liger or Dogman? That's a good one. That's actually, I'd have to go with Liger, to be honest. Rob Salazar, what do you keep asking? Any more videos from the guy having issues? I've got 2 new videos that I'm gonna put up probably sometime tomorrow or Monday. And they're not on TikTok. They're exclusive to me. Chuck Norris would kick Dogman's ass. Chuck Norris is the man. Willie Nelson. Bullshito Steven Seagal. That's awesome. That's right, Curtis. I got the fresh cut going on. Virgil, just email me and we'll figure it out. All right, brother? Actually, next interview I do with Kirk Stokes is going to be about werewolves. Good evening, Curtis. I look like a math teacher? Jesus, I hope not. Good night, Savage. Thanks, William. I appreciate that. Becky, I'm glad you're here. I really am. Camping in Wexford. Yeah, absolutely. A group of Karens versus Dogman. Jesus. I hope the Dogman. We don't need any more Karens. Talk about feral people. Well, hang on really quick. The liger doesn't need to pick up and throw. The liger is a massive animal, so I think liger would just destroy a Bigfoot or Dogman, and a Bigfoot. Ligers are awesome. Vicks Vapor Rub and run the shower. That's a good idea. Giant python. I just got a new I got a new ball python actually yesterday to celebrate my 7 years of recovery. So now I have 3 ball pythons. Have you discussed the gugwee? Um yeah, the gugwee is a Micmac term for a Bigfoot with a small muzzle. I know there's a channel that copies my channel all the time, and he had some schmuck on there the other day that was spewing a bunch of nonsense. And so, thanks, Becky. Thanks, William. I appreciate that. But the gugwee is a Micmac name for a Bigfoot-like creature with a shorter muzzle, which I believe would be a werewolf, what we call werewolf on this channel. Caden, I really don't know if dogmen can get STDs. That'd be an interesting thing. Your mama versus dogman. Considering my mom only weighs $105, I don't think so. She'd probably get beat. Yeah. I don't listen to the channel. I just Curtis, I called them out once on a video because they had made a video about Corey Godsey, and I had actually Corey Godsey's that 13-year-old boy that was killed in Kentucky, and I had a actual family member come on because this person was just creating a bunch of BS about it. I don't think Amy. I don't think we'll ever hear anything from the Border Patrol agent. Um, he had his encounter. He's in hiding now. I don't think he'll have another encounter because he just he had his chance encounter. So I don't think we'll hear anything more from him. Chocolate pastel ball python. I have a an albino black, or what is it, a pastel black ball python, and a some candy, forget the name of them. My daughter knows. And a candy ball python with a white tail, and then I have a regular ball python. And I love my regular ball python more than anything except my cat. Leonard, welcome to the channel. Email me. I'll put my email in the comment below here. I appreciate your support. Wow, thank you for introducing yourself to me. Let me put my email in for you, Leonard. And here you go. What's up, Quinn? How are you? Lizard man versus dog man. On the serious note, I'd have to say a dog man would kill a lizard man. Yes, I do, Nina. I do keep them separated. So I got 3. I have the 3 ball pythons, a crested gecko, a leopard gecko, and a Maine Coon cat. That's my family and my daughters. Stefan or Steven, I agree with you 100%. I would love being in the woods. Stop calling me Sharon. Who's calling you Sharon, Bart? Oh, Bullock. Wait, no. Sandra. Rethink. I didn't read your comment, but I'm guessing that you had something hazardous. I was going to answer your thing. I was actually contemplating what you were saying there. Email me, please. Thanks, Nicole. I appreciate it. Best Dogman videos? My channel. Just kidding. If you're honestly serious, Hazardous, I'd love to hear what you got to say. Definitely 100%. Good night, Mammy. Have a good evening. Stay well. Oh, shit, Rethink. Okay. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I can. Yeah. Thanks, Quinn. I appreciate that. I really do. Man, I am glad, to be honest with you. I'm glad that I decided to do the live tonight because it really helped me wake up and feel a little better. I mean, I still feel like crap, but I'm having a blast. So thanks, guys. What's up, Brian? How are you? Scranton, PA. Oh, Borbles. Yeah, Denise. I actually, people should always have some sort of protection being in the woods. Definitely 100%. Yeah, Komodo dragon definitely. It's a bacteria, not a venom. It's poisonous like that. Nice, Stephanie. Therapy. I would have regretted it. You're right, Jakey. Hey, Scranton, Easton, PA. Isn't it Scranton where The Office was supposedly didn't that take place in Scranton? Or am I? No, I haven't, Nicole. That metal sound, is that the bones popping? What metal sound, Charlie? Raw honey. Yeah, raw honey and some what is it? Jalapeno or something? Nina, that's what I do. I feed them frozen unthawed mice. I don't feed live. Um my my big ball python, my girl Daisy, she eats small rats. The black paisley or black pastel, is on medium mice, and the new one that I got last night is on uh, fuzzies or small mice. Hey Tracy, how are you? Sammy, he's actually in the chat. His name is Robert. Name redacted. I mean, I don't know if there is a lag, but thank you. And send me an email and I'll send you an autograph. I don't know why, but yeah, I mean, definitely. There's TB and his freaking giant freaking spiders. Yes. Yes, Rob Salazar. Absolutely right. Robert Sharp, Sammy is his name. If you see him in the thing. Yeah, I don't know. You might have to click whatever to. I know there's like a button to click to get you into to get the feed right or whatever. The metal sound from Tom Mezik's case. I don't know. I know that I interviewed the same people that the other person interviewed, and he's the only person that ever mentioned metal. So I'm not really sure. I think more or less that was something put in by the person that created that, that did the first 411 on it. You know, I think it could be a portal. I'm not sure. Yeah, definitely, Jakey. My uncle was the undersheriff of the case. And he didn't write a book, but he was the undersheriff of that case. So that's why I feel like a connection. Plus, it's a half an hour north of my house. Gravity Cheeseburger, glad you're here. Bart, yes, I've had people say that they've seen dogmen carry sticks or weapons at points. Exister, you know what's crazy is I don't know who this person that you're talking about is, but I've heard them talk about the case in Bumpus Mills, and I think they were on B Moss's channel doing an interview and referencing information that was handed to me and not them. It was a little weird, and I kind of was a little off with it. I don't know that channel, Big Shooter. I don't listen to other YouTube channels just because I want to stay how I am. But yeah, I don't know who they are. What? We had, hang on, Donna Gregg. We had some kind of animal come onto our back deck, and it was 4 feet tall on its legs, long claws, eyes tannish color. Meat tearing kind. What, Donna, was it bipedal? Is Thunder going to bed? Yeah, I'd go to LBL overnight. I mean, LBL is just LBL has a has I guess a rap. There are other crazier places than the LBL. Um, no, Quinn. Um, that's just my own thing. Is that the LBL? First off, nobody can tell us 100% when the case happened. All right. Then there's a person that came out of the woodwork claiming that he shot a Dogman with a 410, which I think he's lying about. Um, I just think the LBL gets a lot of publicity because it. I don't know. I'm not too nervous about the LBL, to be honest. Would I sleep in the woods in Taylor, Mississippi with the right amount of firearms? But I'd rather sleep in LBL than Taylor, Mississippi any day. Yeah, I don't buy the 410 story either. The LBL I think people talk about it so much and they write so many stories about it, and it's way too much, too romanticized. Thank you, Quinn. Thank you. It's just, I think I think a lot of people create BS stories about it, to be honest with you. Um, that's another thing, that there are a lot of hoaxers out there that just, and I don't know why, but they want to create these crazy stories. And, that's fucking annoying if you ask me. No, nothing new out of Ohio. I, I I've got a ton of Ohio cases. Ohio is a hot spot, obviously, because it's, right in that vicinity of West Virginia, Virginia, I believe. But, I'd be more afraid to sleep in the woods of like northern Michigan in the Upper Peninsula than the LBL. Think about how many people camp in the LBL every year. You know what I mean? Suji, I mean, that's, yeah. I don't know who this guy is. And I mean, I'd probably get his book and read it, but anybody who tells you where you're going to have a good Dogman encounter, how the hell do they know? You know, that's just my own thing. They fucking move. They move all around. They're not staying in one place. I've had Paul on my channel numerous times. I've had Paul 2 or 3 times. Paul's a good dude. I like Paul. Bronze. I don't know. I know that he said he hid under a trailer and this, and that. But you, A dogman's going to smell you. First, you shoot a dogman with a 410. You don't think that thing's going to be pissed. And then you hide under a camper. You don't think it's going to smell you because you shot at it and it's pissed. Jeff, how far are you from Cato? T. Neal, where's Cato? I'm not sure. Jakey88. Yeah, I'm sure he is a nice guy. I mean, but Coonbo Baker's got legit stories on LBL too. He never wrote a book because he doesn't want fame, you know. Coonbo is probably the one person I would trust with information. That guy is fucking amazing. Exactly, Rethink. You could smell the gunpowder. The residue is going to be on his finger from shooting. No, I didn't. No cap. What are you talking about? I am working on a book, but I don't know how to write a book. And I have, for that exact reason that I just said, do I want to write a book? I'm teetering if I want to or if I don't want to, because I do want to write a book and share information with people that don't watch the channel, but I think that the only people that will buy the book is people that watch the channel. And I think that another reason why I don't want to write a book is because I don't care about fame. Like, I was offered to do a interview on a show for Discovery Channel and I turned it down just because I don't want that fame. I don't want that crap. You know, it's just no cap bussin'. I'll have to look at that, but thank you. Upstate New York, Cato. I in Cayuga County. That's not upstate. That's Western New York. Actually, I'm in upstate New York. Cayuga is out west. Probably 4 hours. Thanks, Anthony. I appreciate it. Bart, no, he never did. He was not able to. But if you still type Victor Johnson in the Amazon page, it'll show up Victor Johnson Dogman book, and it's crazy. Thanks, Julie. I appreciate that. Amber, no, I don't. It's nothing about my kids. It's more or less I want to. I want to be. I don't want to be looked at like, you know, there's like what's that guy, Rob Redford or whatever, Rob Redfrom or whatever. Like, he's a legit researcher, but he's done so many like interviews and so many shows and shit that people don't really take him serious anymore, you know? So it's just, I don't know. Whiskey Hollow Road. Huh. What's up, Don? How are you? Yes, Redfern. Yeah, I mean, like, Bronze, I've got your encounters literally on my desk downstairs, and I've read them, and I want to put a show together of just all paranormal stuff. In Rensselaer County, in New York, um, I mean, I would be vigilant of where you walk. I know there's trails out there. I actually had a friend that lived in West Sand Lake, and he thought he had seen something out that way. Just be vigilant. I mean, there's always the chance that you may see one of these things, but there's always a chance that you're not going to either. You know what I mean? Exactly, rethink. Exactly. Pretty much, Pettit Grunts. Spartan, Tennessee. Tennessee is a hot spot. Like, I think a lot of southern states are full of encounters. Joe, I'd love to hear your paranormal encounters, please. I rode in a ghost police vehicle. What? That's crazy. I try to answer everyone, Heather. I don't have moderators like other people do because I just want to do it myself. I'm a one man show. So if I don't answer anyone, it's not because I have anything against anybody. It's just because I'm trying to read as much as I can. Hazardous. I want to hear what you got to say about that. So please email me, please. Sammy, I have files of every state subscriber submitted encounters. I have a filing cabinet full of submitted encounters from subscribers. So yeah, I've Linda Godfrey interview. That would be hard because she's passed away. I read, did you send that, Nina? Did you just send that recently? Because I think I read that just recently. Thanks, Heather. I appreciate that. How old was Linda? I think she was in her 70s. But she had to, like, literally, yes, it was Nina. Yes. Linda had to go into hiding, because she became really famous. Not hiding, but she really didn't do a lot. And I think she just got, just overwhelmed by everything and stuff. All right, hazardous. Just email me your phone number then and we'll figure it out, okay? A hiatus, yeah. I think she got put off by the people, like the nuts out there. You know what I mean? Um, just a lot of, crazy Anastasia. I think maybe, but I think a lot of it may be created too. I don't know that, but I just have that feeling. Because he seems like he's just looking for fame. Like he pops up in every goddarn, thing about it. If I was going to do a book, it would be on all of the attacks. You know, hang on a second. Okay, so these are just some of the recent attacks and information on some of just the recent attacks. And I think that Nina, good night. That's the book I would want to write, is all of the attacks, like Lipin, Texas, which is Christopher Whiteley, Corey Godsey, Knott County, Kentucky, Brenda Hamilton, Doctor. Jesus, my brain just went. The woman in Skyline Lane in Georgia. Just a lot, just found a deer tick. Oh, dang. Big shooter. I don't know that experience. And if I was going to do my own book, I would do it. I would want to do hardcover because I love books. I like books, and I like how they smell. So I do like hardcover and maybe a soft cover. Um, I don't know if I would do digital, but I think I just want to do the real deal. Ooh, someone's racing. I think it's a WRX. You can hear the engine. Jeff, what do you arm yourself with in the field? Um, a Caltech and a 9. Rethink. I like one person that you mentioned and that'd be Lon. Lon is an amazing person. The other person I could care less about. He's kind of a dink. I had 5 ticks on me this week. Dude, ticks suck. Mothman coin is awesome. I had a subscriber just send me a Dogman coin, so I now have 2 Dogman coins. P. Wilson, I only met her for a brief couple of moments at the Ed and Lorraine Warren Museum. What cal? 12 gauge. 12 gauge is the Caltech. Do you think a taser would be useful against a Dogman? My own opinion, no. I think you have better chance of throwing a rock at a dogman than tasing that, because it's going to get real upset. What's up, Shannon? How are you? The 7, the KS7 with the handle. If I could get away with Quinn, if I could get away with it, my channel 3 years ago was sponsored by Tony Ramore, who is the creator of the 458 SOCOM. And if I could get away with it, I would carry that in the woods. Outside heel hook a dog, man. Little Brazilian jiu-jitsu on it. Maybe they put a 45 long Colt in a 410. No, he specifically said he shot it with a 410. There's I had a subscriber that lived in Michigan in the Upper Peninsula, and he had sent me some pictures of a dog man that had come face to face with his trail cam, and I don't know which phone it's on. Hey, Lake Superior girls here. How are you? Lon's a great guy. I love Lon. He's a very, very nice person. I interviewed him here. Very nice guy. Holy shit. Anyway, what I'll do is, Jeff, have you ever heard of Dogman and Sasquatch? Toledo, yes, I have a subscriber who was in the area. He was a truck driver, and he had a couple of experiences in Toledo. Tell the 410 story quickly to me. I can't. I don't know the whole story. I know of the guy, and because I don't listen to other channels, so just get it from talking to different people. I guess the guy said he shot a dogman with a 410 while he was in the LBL. I've seen bird dogs get shot accidentally by a 410 and be fine. 410 is a very, it's good for clay shooting and good for bird hunting, but other than that, nah. You could actually, T. Neal, you could see its face. There was teeth. What I'll do, I got to find them. I have them saved somewhere. And this guy, he owns a farm. He said he was feeding them. All right, get this. So this is 2 or 3 years ago, and I wish I could find his phone number. I probably got it written down. And I really, the way he and I were talking, I got the feeling that, when someone's telling the truth, and Callie, how are you? I hope I pronounced your name right. So this guy had a farm, and he was feeding these creatures on the outskirts of his farm so they wouldn't mess with his livestock. And I kept saying, dude, they're going to um they're going to attack your animals. And he said, no, I'm feeding them. I have trail cam footage of them coming up to the camera, and the one picture he took, or that was taken, if he faked it, he took a camera up to his dog's mouth and put it in its mouth. You know what I mean? So yeah, no worries. No worries. I hope Callie is probably my youngest subscriber, right? Bronze Snake. I don't know if you're talking about the 410 guy, but I can share a story with you guys. So 2 years ago, I was offered a chance to do an interview on Discovery Channel. Okay. And about the LBL. And the two guys that were working for Discovery Channel kept saying, the beast of LBL, the beast, the beast. And one night we were just talking, and I'm like, why do you keep saying the beast as in singular? I'm like, there is more than one. And they were like, oh, we only heard there was one. And I'm like, there are Bigfoot, there are, everything else in that area. They move around, they fucking commute. And so I said, I don't want a part of this. You aren't doing your own work. You're having other people do your work for you. And then the next thing you know, this other channel came out and was, they made a video about how they were going to do a TV show thing, and they brought this guy that shot it with a 410, and then they took the video announcement down because they weren't going to do the TV show after all, and because the TV people didn't believe the guy who shot the 410 at the Dogman. I don't know, it's crazy. I don't like people when they don't do their own work, like, do your fucking work. If I'm gonna write, exactly, Suji, you're dead on, bullet placement. Let's say I'm gonna write a book about breeding horses. I don't know the fuck all about breeding horses, but I'm not going to go and talk to a bunch of people about how to do it. I'm going to actually involve myself in it and get my hands dirty and get into it. And, so yeah, lazy. They're exactly lazy. Bart, have a great night. God bless, brother. So we're about 2 hours in. So you know what time it is right now? What's up, Jessa? How are you? It's time for fun. All right. So, top 2 paranormal movies that scared the living bejesuses out of you. Top two. Right on, Brian. Jeff, real or fiction? Either or. Either or. Exorcist and Heredity. The Fog and The Exorcist. The Exorcist, The Conjuring. Insidious, yeah. Thanks, Lake Superior. I appreciate that. Signs. Right, Kurt? Right? Friday the 13th. No, Jason didn't go in your dreams. That was Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. The new Smile. Dude, the new Smile movie was scary. Oh, shit. I forgot all about that. That was a freaky movie. 82 Carpenters, The Thing. That was good. The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Oh, yeah. The black and white one? TW? Phantasm. Jason's in my dream. My life. My ex-wife's home video. Ditto. Is the new Evil Dead out? Dude, I remember watching the original Hills Have Eyes. I was like 8 years old. HBO was like, they had that cool HBO logo. And I remember like my mom and dad had like so I was like 8. So it was the 80s. And, you know, people had those parties, the 80 parties where everyone was fucking drinking and all that. And I was in my living room and I would just watch Chud. Chud is one of my all-time horror movies, my all-time favorite horror movie. That messed me up for years. Preacher's Poltergeist. I want to see the what's that one? Basket Case was actually, if you read about Basket Case, and it was supposedly filmed or supposedly takes place in Glens Falls, New York, and that's where I live. Twilight, haha. White Noise. Charlie, you've never seen Chud? Wow. Yeah, Tracy, I definitely agree with you there. Chud is all right. So, Trevor and Charlie, your new assignment for this week until next Saturday is to watch Chud because it is literally about crawlers. It's called Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers, and they're fucking creepy. Ugh. Gothica. So, Trevor Brown and freaking Charlie Knight, that's your assignment. And Joe McKella. You know what? I remember the movie theater. You got to watch it, Tracy. Devil's Rejects, awesome. The one video box that used to stick out a lot to me was I Spit on Your Grave, the original one, just because I thought the girl was hot when I was younger. Fucking idiot that I am. All right, Trevor, if you're going to watch Chud and The Descent at the same time. All right, please. Jessa 2.0, you got to watch it. It's an amazing movie. House of a Thousand Corpses is a great. I have the movie poster. Smile wasn't bad. I liked Smile. I really did. I want to see what's that? The Pope's Exorcist with Russell Crowe. Hostage of the Devil. How'd you like that, RH? That's another movie you guys got to check out. Hostage of the Devil. Hey, Mike, how are you? Mike Spano. Descent is great. Yeah. The Ice Cream Man. The movie? I never heard of that. More homework for me. Cabin Fever for laughs. Yeah. Dude, so Hostage of the Devil, that my friend Jim is in the movie, Jim Pentino, and he wrote the book Phantom Messages. And he was the one who was the camera guy for the Warrens. And it's such a crazy, oh God. I might watch it again tonight after this. Kurt, you gotta watch it. It's a good flick. It's it's a real it's a documentary, but the way it's done is amazing. Ace. I, to be honest, wasn't scared of werewolf movies. I they never frightened me for some reason. I wasn't, honest to God, and it probably will be stupid, is I wasn't into werewolf movies as a kid. I still am not. I don't know why. Donna. No, T Neil, I haven't watched it yet. I'm looking for to where to watch it. I gotta find a place to watch it. Like it's not on Netflix. It's not on Hulu. It's not on HBO. Yes, I've seen Boggy Creek. I saw that when I was a kid. Heather, what's the best Dogman movie? I don't know, honestly. Um, I'm gonna watch The Fourth Kind though, guys. Hey, what's up, Kelly Mullins? How are you? Hi from New York. My favorite vampire movie by far, Lost Boys. Just, I don't know. It's cheesy, but it's too fucking awesome. Silence of the Lambs is good. Dog Soldiers was all right. I mean, I think people blow that up a lot, you know? I don't know. I just, I don't know about Lost Boys is one of the greatest movies ever. Salem's Lot is a good. Whoa, yeah. Yeah, I know there's like three or four. The original Lost Boys, all the rest of them are cheese. Goonies is a good Goonies is a good flick. Yeah, the soundtrack to Lost Boys was the shit too. I read that, Evan, about a remake of Salem's Lot. That's gonna be. I did see Once Bitten too. Isn't that a comedy? I believe. Jeff for me, Howling. Okay. Ooh. Werewolf Hunter. Was that with Benicio del Toro? What's that one movie with Benicio del Toro and the guy who played Hannibal Lecter? Wolfman? I want to see Renfield too. That looks good. Benicio del Toro werewolf movie.
The Wolfman is a
Yeah, The Wolfman. That was a good movie. Resident Evil. Monster Squad. Scary German guy. The Silent Hill movies always makes me want to go to Centralia because I want to go there at night though. Wolfman has nards. That's fucking right. I forgot that line. That was a great movie, man. I loved that movie when I was a kid. God's Exorcism movie. Is that the Pope's Exorcist? Is that what you're talking about, RH? No, okay. So it's the God's Exorcism. I'll have to check that out. Okay, so I think that here's something, and I guess this is why I don't like werewolf movies, is because people then will watch them and then take lore from the movie or take whatever and put it into real life. Like that Wendigo movie. How, a Wendigo doesn't have antlers and doesn't look like a deer. Good night, Quinn. I already tried streaming. It was in Spanish. Yeah, TW, I agree. I watch Korean horrors on Netflix, Tracy. Eric, have you been there? Have you been to Centralia? I just want to go. I want to bring all my ghost hunting equipment and just spend the night in the church at Centralia. That's cool, T. Train to Busan was pretty good. I like that. I like the shows, the Korean shows, the Korean horror shows. They're pretty cool. Ooh, I'd love to go to the Bell Witch Caves. That sounds awesome. I'd love to go there. Yeah. Same here, Jeff. Once Bitten with Jim Carrey. Yeah. Well, hazardous. I don't know. It's kind of hard because I already have, and I've shared the story about how I have. And I believe that's why I was diagnosed with a terminal illness that's manageable by medication, and two of my cousins are dead. So I have, and it's just, I agree with you. Southbound. TW, Southbound. Was that the one with like 6 different stories in it? Fort Knox, Maine. Yeah. I agree. Hazardous. I do. Frankenfish. Shannon, my daughter had a Dogman encounter in a cemetery. We have a huge cemetery where I live, and I went there in a full moon with my SLS camera and a couple of other things. I don't scare easily. I have a hard time not scaring. Like the Conjuring house, I slept there. I didn't sleep there. I did a whole overnight, and I got actually caught footage of things. Southbound. I think that's the movie that I'm thinking of. Southbound.
Southbound is a 2016 movie directed.
That's a good movie. That's a real good movie. Jeff, when we come in contact, do you think it stays with you till death? Maybe. I think that I already shared the whole story, I think 2 weeks ago or last week, and it brought me to tears a little bit. So I don't know if I want to share it again. Heather, you just may not have known it. All right, so real quick to Heather's comment, because she said, I don't know how I've never seen anything in Tennessee and I've hunted and this and that. So one person had asked me why I believe in Dogman and why we're at 210 people and 210 likes. Yes. So, great to see you, Joshua. How are you? So really quick, they were like, well, why do you believe Dogman and Bigfoot are in the woods, and how come we've never seen them, right? And my explanation to that was, how often, in the woods, do we see a bear? Do we see a bear every time we go in the woods? Plus, these creatures are apex predators. They may be right behind us and we may never know it, So it's crazy. It's crazy. Thanks, Jessa. I like my new haircut too. I didn't think you guys would like it. I thought you guys would pick on me a little bit. New Orleans, I would love to go to New Orleans. Actually, me and Dark Waters are planning on going to the Merle Plantation together and doing a paranormal investigation together. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, Savannah. Yeah, Savannah, Georgia is very haunted. If I were to go on a Dogman hunt, yeah, it depends on who I would go with. Bigfoot is real. I saw one in Jeff read my encounter as well. Absolutely, I did, John. Absolutely. I would go on a Dogman hunt. Yes, I would. It depends on, like, are we hunting with rifles or are we hunting with cameras? I'd probably go on both. Yeah, both. Absolutely armed. Absolutely. With the feds. Fuck the feds. Did I say that out loud? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, feds. Absolutely, Donna. You're right there. What's the earliest crawler sighting you know of? Probably the hide behinds. The hide behinds, I would have to say, are a possible crawler, whatever. What do you think of Skinwalker Ranch? I think it's a place that I want to go and really would love to sleep there, and hang out there. It's got a lot of power. Where else can you? Yes, Charlie, he is. Where else can you get UFO activity, paranormal activity, cryptid activity, all in one setting? Absolutely, Trevor. You're a smart man. Kimberly, I agree. I agree. Thank you, Mighty Thor. Thank you so much. Thanks, Rusty. I truly appreciate it. Cool here. You grew up skating. I listen to your channel all the time. My favorite trick to do when I was younger, probably it's an old trick. It was called the Ollie North, and I had a half pipe in my backyard, and um, I just love skating. Like, I have downstairs, I have a what do I have? I have a my brain just shut off. I have a deck downstairs. I have a full board downstairs that I can't skate because my legs, but I still would skate if I could. I actually, you want to hear a funny story? Right before I got sick, I was skateboarding and I forgot what I was doing. I think I was doing like a kick flip off of these like walls, and I ended up landing so my deck, the nose of my deck was going into my balls, and I separated I cut my balls, not inside, I cut them, and it was real bad. My oldest daughter picks on me about it still. So like I landed and just and that tube in there was taken out. Ninja skills. I want to do parkour sometime. I fucking hate. I have like the worst neuropathy. I've had surgery on my feet, so I can't do too much. But I there's so much that I want to do. It sucks. Sammy Style. I like that name. That's a good name. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, MS. Taekwondo when I was younger. Where do you get? I got it from Polo, from online at Polo. I took Taekwondo for 2 years, and I sparred with the sensei or master, or whatever the fuck he was, his daughter, and she beat the shit out of me, and I quit right there because she was hot, and then she beat me up, so I was all done. Thanks, Joshua. They are proper. I love them. Candyman was a scary movie. Damien, good night, my friend. Be safe. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. John, you're absolutely right. TUI, Fort Scott Munitions. Craig, I did know that. The Taekwondo story. Dude, it sucked so bad. She was such a pretty girl, and she beat me up. And I was like, this sucks. Plus, I went to school with her too. So every time I saw her in school, I'd get mad. I wanted to fucking do an RKO off the top rope on her. Remember that Friday the 13th TV show with the antique shop? That was pretty good. I like that. Thanks, Tracy. That's why I do them. I love doing live shows. Yes, I am a sore loser. I hate losing. My daughter, every time me and my daughter Isabel, we play war. The kid beats me every time. I fucking hate playing cards with her. But I beat her once, and she got so mad, she made me throw the deck of cards away that I beat her with. I'd love to go to Gettysburg. Gettysburg would be a very interesting spot to go to. Oh, just oh. Thanks, Monty. Well, thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. Have a good evening. Rest well. Have a good rest of your weekend. I fell off the parade float in front of my whole town. I kicked a clown at the parade. I had this Incredible Hulk baseball cap that I wore when I was a little kid. I've always had like certain baseball caps that I've worn. And it was just this green Incredible Hulk, like it was a trucker hat, and it had the Incredible Hulk, like, ugh. And this clown at the parade took it off my head, and I fucking kicked him. Not in the dick or anything, but I kicked him in the leg or something. I hate clowns too. Anthony, is Demopolis, Alabama, is that haunted? Ever heard of anything from Sleepy Hollow, California? No, I didn't know there was a Sleepy Hollow, California. I knew there was a Sleepy Hollow, New York, because that's right a couple hours downstate from me. I should have kicked him in the nards. I think I kicked him in the leg or something. I remember getting yelled at for that. I lost my G.I. Joe guys for like a couple days. I thought the Blair Witch was real. I literally, my girlfriend and I went and saw the movie, and when we left, I wanted to go and find Heather and the guys. I was like, we gotta go. We gotta go. We have to go down there and find out. In Philly, yeah, there is some activity. I heard that the prison in Philly is got some Dogman or something around there. Phantasm is an amazing movie. The Tall Man scared the living shit out of me when I was a child. I liked the Blair Witch because I like found footage movies. What's up, Eric? But I don't know. I liked it. I loved it. Actually, I loved it just because it, like Jimmy just said, it brought the whole new genre into play. Eastern State Penitentiary, yes. Pippi Longstocking scared you? That's like being scared of the movie Annie. Nothing on druids or elves. Cloverfield was good. Yes, I agree. The second, if they had just left the Blair Witch alone, if they had not made a 2 or the Book of Shadows or whatever the shit that was, if they had left it alone and called it a day with just Blair Witch, the first one, they would have been good. They didn't need to make a franchise out of that movie. That wasn't based on a you know what I mean? Like it shouldn't have been a franchise. Oh, you had an uncle that went to, wow. Dang. Wasn't Charlie Manson there? Anyone else guess the ending for The Sixth Sense from the trailer? TW, I didn't, but another one of Shyamalan's movies, the new one there, what is it, Knock at the Cabin or whatever with Batista. I immediately knew they were the Horsemen. Sabrina, that's creepy. Damn. You know, Sonia, I think that's what made it perfect was like the jiggling and the reality of everything. Alice in Wonderland. I like that new TV show, Alice. What is it? Alice in. It's on Netflix. It's a Korean movie or a Korean TV show. Alice in Alice in something land, and it's good. Underworld Suite. You're absolutely right. It is the old Choctaw trading post called Denopolis, my family's airship. Is that I have, Rich? Oh, okay, Anthony. You know, speaking of predators, I'm surprised. Red Rose, that's a good, yeah. I'm surprised with the new Predator movie that there wasn't people taking footage from that in creating like these fake videos that we see all the time. Yes, Alice in Borderland. I love that show. It's in the second season's out. It's good. Yeah, Prey. That was a good movie, but I was surprised that not a lot of people did that because I thought people were going to do that to it. The Poughkeepsie tapes were awesome. Yes, Poughkeepsie tapes. My daughter Abby loves that movie. Someone just mentioned doll. Oh, look. I don't know if you guys can see it, but can you guys see that? Probably not. That's my baby snake that I just got the other day. Can you guys see it? Probably the glare's too much. She is pretty. All right, guys, we're about 2.5 hours in. I had a blast tonight. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me. I had an amazing evening, and I really, really can't thank you guys enough. So, with that, guys, everyone have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And I'm looking forward to next week already. You know, I absolutely love doing these. And damn, you know, so thank you for everyone who blessed me with monetary thing. That's so crazy too. I appreciate that. Thank you, MS. And you know, guys, stay safe. And please, when you're out in the woods, be hyper vigilant of your surroundings, okay? And with that, love you and have a good one.